I know, not this.
You good?
All right, you guys, it is 9:30. I almost put on the Zoom 8 o'clock because I'm so used to in my head still like the 8 o'clock time. But until we figure out, we're going to still do the 9:30. So I'm excited you guys actually got on tonight. I know it's month end, so I appreciate all your hard work. But I've wanted Tracy on for a while. So she finally accepted my friend request it was like a week ago or something. So I was like, just friend request, just add me. So anyway, I'm just super excited because she's got a super powerful story, you guys. So a lot of you know who I am. If you don't, I'm going to welcome you. I'm Stephanie Dunn. I've been with the company for 11 years now, seeing all different things from doing in-person, online, home parties, to now we're really just doing social media. So I'm excited just to share some stories of what Tracy's had happen to her and how she's just a top recruiter consistently, you guys. I got a chance to just hear a little bit about her story, hear her really share just a little bit, even in Arizona. But I think it's so inspiring. And for people that just feel like, can I do this business? I love the stories of hearing like all the cards were stacked against you, Tracy, really. Like, I don't want to spill the story out too soon, but it's so powerful what our minds can do and what a transition and what, you did with that. So we're going to keep it short, guys. We're going to try to do it under 30 minutes so that we can get back to work with the BOGOs and the kit sales. And I hope you guys are as excited as I am and the bonuses and all this.
Everyone's going diamond.
Yes, or more. We want more, but this is exciting. So we'll let her share a little bit of her story and then really what she did. I wanted her to share about some of the posts she did, kind of some, I want to say scripts like back and forth so you guys know how to close the deal. I think that's an important key. So without further ado, I'm super excited. Please, you guys, give her some love in the chat. Welcome Tracy Sinks Triple Diamond VIP. Woohoo!
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me. Oh my gosh, I am just so honored. I can't even. Goals. Like, this is just so amazing. So thank you so much. So I'll just kind of start from the beginning. So I joined in June of 2017 under the insane $9.99 special, if y'all remember that crazy time. And I was 3 months out of rehab for drug and alcohol addiction and 6 months out of getting out of a marriage full of domestic violence and just a lot of really, really ugly things. I was about 10 hours away from my family in Tennessee and was just really barely, I was hanging on to life by a thread. At the very, very end, I was drinking about 1 liter of vodka every day and quit going to work. And I was just sleeping and drinking and praying God would take my life. And he had another plan for me. And so my family, I've always had an amazing family, and they begged me to come home. So they came and brought me home to Mississippi, and I went into a 3-month rehab program, got out, and was starting over again in every sense of the word. So, I was starting to get healthier and taking better care of myself. But of course, my mindset, I was starting to kind of develop my relationship with God again. But I didn't have a network. I didn't have confidence in myself. I was just a very broken woman. And so I actually am an educated woman, but nothing that I really wanted to use my degrees in. And so I was working in retail, an educated woman working retail. And I was on my feet for like 8 hours a day, and I was miserable and I was in pain. And so my sister had been on our greens for about 2 years with a friend of hers, and was trying to, her friend was trying to get her into the business because my sister and her husband were always struggling and financially, and it was the $99 was always hanging them up. And so her friend said, it's $10, like, this is your time. And so she hopped on board. Well, at that time, we needed 5 people to be built for Ruby. And so they were encouraging everybody to sign at least 5 so they could be built. And so my sister said, hey, you know, will you help me with this? Well, I had prior experience with network marketing with a makeup company in college, and I hated it. I was one of those people, like when I saw someone in network marketing, I would run the other way because they were going to try to recruit me. And I was so close-minded to network marketing. And so I said, well, I'll join just to, you know, help you out, but I'm not doing this business. And so, well, she started adding me to different groups. I'm part of Sherry Lynn, I'll call us downline. And so she started adding me to these Facebook groups and chat groups. And I just saw all these amazing, positive women that were doing, you know, not your mama's network marketing. Like, it was so different than what I had in my mind. And so I needed a community. And so I just got plugged in, and I found out about the shopping spree, and I've always been super competitive. And I said, well, I'm going to at least try for this. And so I ended up getting that. And so I went executive in 2 months, Ruby in 4 months. Kind of had a big, kind of a stall. I was able to go to actually Paris with Ben and Danielle Boyle's Diamond Retreat as a Ruby, which was insane. And that really worked miracles in my life. It just taught me how to dream and being around these people that were like doing all these great things. And then I went to conference, and I went about 8 months probably without signing anyone. So I was built because of the $9.99, and I think I'd signed one person during $9.99. And I was working my business every day, but I still could not sign distributors. I was posting, I was following up, like I was doing everything that people said to do, but I wasn't signing anybody. So I called the Boyles, Ben and Danielle Boyles, who are ambassadors, really kind of became my mentors because my sister stopped and her upline stopped, and so the Boyles just became my mentors. And I called her, I FaceTimed her like in January, so about 6 months in, and I was just bawling, and I said, I want this business, like I want everything that it has to offer, but I can't sign anybody. Like, how can I go any farther if I can't? Like, I'd never made more than $200 a month. I said, how can I go any farther if I can't sign anybody? And so she just, I don't even really remember what she said. She just basically said, keep doing what you're doing and it'll happen. And so I had kind of a crisis of belief after a conference. That was my first conference. And they announced a $5,000 Emerald bonus. And I legitimately had a panic attack outside of a Maui arena. And I was like, I want this so bad, but like how, like, cause I think they'd given us like 30 days. And I was like, how can I possibly do this in 30 days if I can't sign distributors? And so I had thought of quitting and, you know, all this stuff. And so I don't know what happened, but I know that I pulled Ben Boyle aside at the Alcala's after party. And I said, do you really think that I can do this? And he said, I know you can. I know you can. And that's all that it really took, was having somebody to believe in me. And so I remember leaving that after party and going back to my hotel room and breaking out my laptop and just hustling. And I did it all month long. And I didn't go Emerald that month, but they extended the bonuses another month. And so I ended up going Emerald that month and getting $5,000 bonus. 2 months later, went Diamond and got a, I think it was 7,500. And then 2 months later went Double and got a, I think it was 10,000. And so, but the amazing thing is that once I got a taste, I guess, once I started enrolling and started feeling that confidence, like with every rank, I just started to kind of believe in myself a little bit more. And I was like, maybe I can do this. And so like 4 months later, after that FaceTime with the Boyles, I was shouted out on the family call for being one of the company's top distributor enrollers. So, you know, it's really, I don't even know what all to say. I put the work in and I believed in myself. And, I ended up being, by the end of the year, I was the number one distributor enroller under the alcohol. I was enrolling like 169 that year. So,
It is insane. So that is what we want to know. The no. We're like, okay, so mind shift, having belief. And I think you guys, even just plugging into these weekly, what a difference, plugging into some type of Zoom. There's plenty on, YouTube and that kind of stuff. Even if it's just starting to listen to like Pam every week's Monday night. Is it the Sunday night call? How do you start it? I don't remember the last time I missed a Sunday night call. Like it just starts my week. So being plugged in and connecting with someone, like there's somebody out there, but I know that our mind is super powerful. And so you got around, I think you guys, if you're hearing this, she got around the right people. And that's the one thing that you have to know, recognize right away. Are there people that are inspiring you? Are they encouraging you? Who are those people? Are they like, you're never going to get anywhere with that? Oh, it's just one of those things. You don't want that. There's people that are doing this, all walks of background. It doesn't matter. And so it's in your mind of listening to the right people, because then all of a sudden you start to believe it. Like she said, all of a sudden you're doing it. You don't even realize it. But when you said you went back to the hotel and you got your laptop out and you got to work, to a lot of people, they don't even know. What did that look like for you? Did you even know about host to post then? What was that step that you took that moved you forward?
That was before I really got into host to post. And I can't even really tell you. It was just a matter of, I used the term with my team last night, fire in my belly, and they had no clue what that meant. They were like, are you talking about like acid reflux? I was like, no, it's just like this mad, like just determination that like, I'm going to do this. And I just like, come hell or high water, I'm doing it. I don't know how else to describe it. And I was like terrified at the same time, like terrified that it wouldn't happen, but just knowing that my mentor believed in me, and I knew that I just got out, and I knew that I had a good like follow-up list of people that were interested in the products and the business, and so I just started messaging people. I've always done everything 100% through social media, 100%. And so I just started messaging. I mean, that's always been how I've run my business.
So you went down your friends list, I'm assuming. I'm going to give them a little bit more detail. I'm going to pull this out of you a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to get it. So, people that are new that might just say, "God, I don't really have, this big network of people, but where would I start?" Is it, now we know a little bit more about host to post, but say they don't even know host to post yet. What would you say to them to get them going?
Well, the first thing you have to do is add to your friends. And there's so many different ways to do that. I know that when I first got started, I only had 400 Facebook friends, and they were, people I had known from like church growing up and elementary school, college, like real people, and, you're not going to get very far with 400 people when we can have a max of 5,000. And so I literally started just adding. I know at the very beginning I added, I want to say like 100 a day. I would just go through, and there's so many different ways that you can add. What I currently am telling my team is think of the most positive person on your Facebook that makes you happy, that when you think of them makes you smile, and go add their friends. And if you can think of 10 or 15 people like that, even better, go add their friends, because you want your Facebook to be a place of positivity and support and encouragement. And so another thing that I do is I'll add from Facebook ads. So Facebook will show you advertisements of things that you're interested in. And so I always look to see how many likes or thumbs up are on an advertisement, and there will be, if one has like 2,000 hearts and thumbs up, then that would be a good one to select. And so what I like about that is you already have a common interest with someone, because Facebook is showing you advertisements that it knows you're interested in. I don't know if they have like stalkers out or what, but like they know what you like. And so I just click on like the heart and the like at the very bottom, and then you go back up to the top, and you can literally see the name of every person that has liked that advertisement. And you could just go through and add. And I personally like to just add women that have photos and look happy, you know, and that's kind of.
You guys, it's such a good tip, because I do that. I didn't even realize I do that. And the ones that comment are probably more active. And so that's a good sign too, is, you know, you've heard tips before where don't just click the like button on somebody's photo, but actually comment, because think about all the people that, if somebody comments in your page, you click on that person that commented and go check out their page, right? So you want to make sure that, at least for me, that's something that I try to do, is the ones that are commenting. So then they're going to go, and if I'm commenting, they're going to look at my stuff too. So it goes both ways. That's that mind, you know, kind of trick on that. So if you were going to message them, then if you were, you know, okay, I'm doing this, I've got a goal of, you know, there's Bobo coffee right now. There's a new Thermofite X. I got to think of a name, like XX. I don't know what they're gonna.
XX.
Yeah, it's like, you know, double crossing us. I don't know. But what would you have sent, or what would you send right now? Is it strictly host to post that you're mainly getting now, you feel like?
Yeah, I get 40 plus customers a month. 40 is really a slow month for me. And yeah, I mean, like I've been kind of down on myself, because when I was, I built so fast and really by myself. And so like I was mass enrolling distributors and then mass enrolling customers and stacking everything, which sounds great. Like I went really far, really fast, but that's not sustainable. And so like my volume just crashed. And so I'm kind of starting all over again, and like teaching and leading and all that kind of stuff that most people do from day one. But back in the day when I was doing it solo, you know, I was 60, 70, 100, like I kind of miss those days, because I know I'm capable of doing that. It's just that I'm, you know, doing so much working with my team now. But yeah, so I do everything, host to post, everything 100%. But I think in the day, like, it's honestly, I've been doing host to post for so long. I think when I first started, it was like the whole product tester message, you know, it's been so long, I can't even remember. But I mean, I would really encourage everyone to get on the host to post train. I mean, you have such potential to spread into networks so quickly. And so that's really my number one tip.
It's just, we're seeing that, and I feel like so many things are so repetitive, but you know, when something works, do it. You don't need to recreate anything. And it's masses right now that are doing it. It's not just one or two people that are having, you know, success with host to post, guys. It's making that decision to go, do you have that fire inside of you? Do you have that and know, okay, I'm going to make this happen, and I'm going to get these messages out. And really, you know, it's a guide for the host to post. But when you're doing yours, this is a question, we didn't go over it last week, but what is your follow-up? So say somebody is interested in like the TFX, especially the new one, guys. Like that's where I've gotten my customers from today, is just, which is so weird, even throwing up the picture of the product in a story, and it's attracting people. I'm just floored by that sometimes. Like, okay, how many people message me by just showing a picture? So, you know, what is okay, they're interested, you've got them interested. What is kind of that script that you send them, that first message that they commented on that person's host to post? So what would you say to that first comment to them?
Yeah, so the first thing I do is add them as a friend. And the reason being is, well, it's really twofold, because, and honestly, the only host to post that I do is weight loss, because everybody in the world wants to lose weight. And because if I just stick with weight loss, then guess what? I have 5,000 friends that want to lose weight. And so, you know, when somebody messages me and say, can I have info? Then I know what they want info on. It's not like, oh, was it cleanse? Was it hair, skin, nails? You know, so, and so I always add them as a friend. And then I wait until they accept to message them, because 98% of Facebook does not know about the filtered folder in Messenger. Okay. And so I do not even, I did that at the beginning of my business, and I learned that it was just a waste of time. I was messaging and I was following up with people that weren't even seeing my messages. And so if they comment on a host a post, I say, I sent you a friend request. I'll send you more information when you accept. And so after they accept, I always send a screenshot of the post that they saw, because everybody is at home scrolling and commenting on everything they see, and they may not see your message for 2 or 3 days. And so I always take a screenshot to bring it back to their memory. And then I say, I'm so glad you noticed my post on the Thermophyte X. And I'm always, you know, super positive, exclamation points, emojis, all that kind of good stuff. I would love to tell you more about it. Literally everything I say, I'm so glad you noticed my post. I'd love to tell you more about it. And then I give them the script. And then I say, I'm looking for people to try this for 90 days and share their review for me. You would get an amazing discount. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in? And then if they say yes, I, you know, explain the pricing and all that.
And that's really it, guys. So that part of it can be scripty, you know, like you can copy and paste kind of that. Okay, this is the 90-day review. Is this something that you know, be interested in? And then usually they're like, what's the price? Or here's the program. This is how I break it down. I love, and I can see that in the comments, everybody saying, I'll send you info. How do you say that? Do you say that on the comment of the host a post? I sent you a friend request. Once you accept.
Yeah.
Tell me what you say, because that was good. Did you guys like that? Like, I was like, yes.
I just sent you a friend request, and then I can message you more info once you accept.
Because
That's gold.
Because I think people are dying to know. So if they see that, then all of a sudden they are your friend, and they're going to continue to see all of your stuff. So I do love that, because I know I forget about, like, there's the filtered inbox, and then they all of a sudden have another secret inbox hidden. I'm like, how do they do that? Why do they make it so complicated? So I love that tip. If there's something that you guys have for a question for her that pops up, put that in the comments, and I'll make sure and ask that. But this has been one of the major thing, is just knowing the follow through, is getting that host to post up. Now you guys know, have a great tip of having them accept your friend request, sending them a message, and I'm sure you're tracking as well.
Yes.
So we talked about that. Make sure that you guys are tracking who's doing this. So once they become a customer, once you're talking to them, do you do any upsell with the products?
I do. So I try to, personally have corporate approved before and after photos of the Thermophyte X carb control and fat fighters. And so I usually I kind of call that, our team has like a triple threat of like Thermophyte X, fat fighters, and greens. But since I have my own before and after picture, I will do that. And so I'll say, after they say yes to the Thermophyte X, then I'll say, that's great. Would you like to add on these 2 products? Here are my before and after photos. Mm-hmm. And so I've been able to sell a lot of those packs.
Tracy, how much weight, or what have your results been with the product, so people get an idea? I was going to ask earlier.
About approximately 35 pounds with those 3 products.
And how long did that take, you think?
Probably 4 months.
Okay. So you can see, and you guys can see why we tell you, you can go back through multiple of Zooms throughout probably all of them, and see, you want to be a product of the product. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Even though it's the new Thermophyte X is new, when that product came out, I did the Thermophyte X, the cleanse. It was the keto coffee and the greens. and I shared my results all the time of 13 pounds in 21 days. And I showed that before and after picture. So you start somewhere that will, you can do the host to post, you can use other people's photos, but once you have yours, the power behind sealing it and upselling, if you've got a few products, it's incredible what you can do, right? So that almost is like, okay, I trust this person. Now she's really showing me that she actually uses the product. Now, newbies, I don't want you to go, oh my gosh, I don't have the weight to lose, or I haven't got into this yet. Make it a goal to go for your free product. Make it a goal to look at some of these products and go, I want my business to be successful. What do these people do to make that happen? And it's usually a few products, get your results. I did mine and I was like, I need results right now. So I did it quick. I was committed, 21 days. I don't have a ton of weight to lose. I didn't then. So, but I did, and you could see the difference in my before and after picture. So, you know, commit. We're coming into a big month, guys. We're going to come into when people, hopefully we can get back out to the beaches and pools and stuff. But when people are looking, and with all of this extra, you know, weight that they may be putting on in quarantine, they're going to be ready to lose that. So that's what I'm going to be starting as soon as I get that new Thermofy X. I'm going to use that and just see. I'm excited to do that. So make sure you do that. So you send that. What was I going to ask? Now, do you offer newbies? This is the part, and I'm guessing she might go into this. Do you offer the distributor part there anywhere?
I don't. I probably should, but I don't.
I'm so glad you're honest, but I was like, wait, what? You don't?
I'm just very black or white in my thinking. So I'm either like signing DTs or I'm signing LCs, you know? So, yeah, that's kind of the way.
So you can, guys. So for me, this is my tip. I'll always go back to them, especially right now when it's $49. You know, I always let them know, especially if they want the Thermofy X, hey, we can put that into your order. You're going to get amazing results anyway. The kit's $49. We can go for some free product. We can get you a post up so that you can start to see how you work host to post. But why not make some extra money and get great results? So I am so distributor focused because it changed my life literally. Like, I will never not offer that to somebody because they're always going to be a customer regardless, right? So that's something that, yes, Tracy, once you get that in your head, it will be your black and white always. So that's something that I'll always do. But since you don't, and that's your customer, so you've got your customer routine down, you're getting those posts up, you're just asking people. You guys, she gets no's, she gets people that don't look at her message. She was in a place of, I don't care, I'm going to do what it takes. And that's what you need to be in, is okay, I'm sick of hearing everybody else's name and being a top enroller, or they're doing it. I want to be that person. And when you guys get that feeling, like, you're unstoppable. It doesn't matter where you come from. I'm telling you, it's a matter of you make that decision, things start to happen because you're making that happen. You've been praying for this, but you've got to put that work out there. So you've got that part. So now we're going to flip it and go over. All of a sudden, you said you weren't distributor driven. So now, like, knowing that, what was that magic, like, post or message that you do for distributors?
Well, to be totally honest, I really believe that it had to do with my vulnerability and telling my story. I've never, so many people have asked me, like, how do you sign so many GTs? And I can't really explain it other than I had a story and I decided to tell it, and that I was just mad determined that I was going to get signed as many people as I could. So, you know, those two together, and this is what I try to encourage people in, is that you may not have like a lifetime movie story about, like, you know, drugs and alcohol and abuse, but you have a story that's going to relate to someone. I don't have a story of, like, you know, I've never had kids. So I know moms struggle with, like, they can't even go to the bathroom in private because their kids are always latching onto them. And, you know, so, like, if you're open, if that's your experience and you're open about that, you're going to touch a mom that's in that same in that same situation. So just be vulnerable and just be real and tell your story and be just brave and just honest and real about it. I feel that my vulnerability has allowed people to, I think when you're vulnerable, people trust you. And that they're like, well, if she can do this, why can't I? And they're just more apt to sign on because they trust.
I feel like that all the time. I was like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. And hearing that. So, and it does, don't compare yourself or where your story's at. Cause I think all the time, God dang, I'm not one of those Instagram girls. I don't look like that. And, so you get in your own head sometimes, or I'm not young like these girls that are in their 20s that are just crushing it, or I don't have, the weight to lose. We're going to all have something that we can say we don't have.
I'm not a girl.
What do you have? Yeah. What do you know that you struggle to talk about? Because that's when that's a vulnerable moment for you. It's, oh my gosh, total mom life here. Life is going crazy. Does anybody else feel like sometimes they just want to lock themselves in the door, whatever that is? So knowing that you've got that story out there, did you say what you were going for? So Did you say, I'm headed towards a bonus, or I'm headed to, a rank of diamond? Like, we got to be careful with the money terminology right now. So I'm going to have to give you guys some wording on that. But is that what you focus on rather than the rank that you currently were at?
Absolutely, 100%. I was always taught that you have to decide on where you're going, and you have to be vocal about it, and that people they're drawn to that vision that you have, and people want to join you when you have a vision and you have a focus. And so I've always done that.
So new distributors, this is a tip. Distributor, executive, emerald, it doesn't matter what you are, how long you've been in, you're going diamond. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is part of my story. I'm heading towards the rank of diamond. Now, is there some spaces in there that you need to rank and hit executive, ruby, emerald? Absolutely, but you're going to diamond, and people don't know that. They don't know what's in between or what's going on. You just know you're going diamond, or you're showing promotions on your team and that people are doing it. And when you're doing that, that's what's drawing people in to be like, okay, I've seen people, it doesn't matter who they are, if they're sideline sisters or what, that are promoting, and you're sharing about it. People are drawn, like, what are they doing? Something's going on. So that is a good tip. Do you do host to post for business opportunity now?
I do.
Okay. So share a little bit about how you would do that and how you would talk to them in the inbox then.
So the one that I'm using right now, let's see, let me pull it up.
Are you guys loving this? Give me a little love in the comments if you are enjoying this Zoom, because I am.
This one says, and I may not be able to use this anymore. I missed part of the family call about the quarantine stuff, but anyway, this one says, is mandatory quarantine keeping you from work? My friend Tracy has 5 positions available. So,
I don't think anything's wrong with that, but we can do that. Who's looking to work from home? Or Tracy's got, 3 positions, or a spot, a position open, even 1, like they don't know they're, or 3, something like that. So you guys can word that. Okay. So you've got the post up, who's looking to make some extra money working from home. There's a great host to post. My friend Tracy has an opportunity. Okay. Something like that. I'm assuming that you're going to be doing. Okay. Tracy froze. Okay. There she is. Okay. So we've got the people that have commented on it. So you probably say, accept my friend request. So I'll finish what you do there.
Yeah. So then I just message them and I say same thing. Hey, I'm so glad you noticed this post. I'd love to tell you more about it. And I just basically say that I'm with a company that we carry all natural health and wellness products, and I promote all from social media. And I just talk about how much has changed my life, and I'm, wanting to share this opportunity with other people, and ask if that's something that they would be open to. And, I just try to keep it conversational and, go back and forth with it.
Mm-hmm. So is there, when they say, okay, well, what is it that you do? What do you say to that?
I say that we promote health and wellness products online through social media. And I say that I've also said that the company doesn't pay for advertising. And so that's what we do, is that we advertise for the company. And so that's basically what I say.
So it's really not anything hard, guys. So what we do, this is a post that, you know, I message or I'll say is, if you can post on social media, you can do what we do or what I do. Basically what I am is I'm a rep for a company called It Works. I don't know if you've heard of it, but we have about 40 different products. A few of my favorites happen to be weight loss. We have a lash serum that I love. We have a coffee, just to name a few. And if you can post, you literally can do what I do. And right now it's only $49 to get your business kit with about 150 in product. Worst case scenario, you get the product and you can commit. We have no quotas to work on or anything. It is literally something that you can do right from your home and phone. Is this something that sounds good to you? So I keep it just like that. Like I would be talking to a friend. I try not to be like, I'm a network marketer. I want it to be really what I do, right? And I work from my phone at home. We have about 40 products, give or take. I've had to do that a little bit, but we get about 150 in products, guys. And then I let them know a little bit more. It's going to be the Skinny Brew. We get paid cash, weekly bonuses, and monthly commissions. And right now, when you join, you're going to be eligible for a $15,000 bonus that we're going to be working on. So that's a little bit, I wanted people to hear how I share. I thought, okay, let's see how you do it. Everybody's going to be a little bit different on doing this. The main thing is don't be afraid to ask for help, because you're going to create kind of your own wording. And you can take it from one person's post. You're like, oh, I like how they worded it. You may take some of my wording, go, I like how Steph did it. You can, really combine them together and make it less or more of what you want. But is it something that you would say, and that's your script? So people are like, can I use your script? You can, but are those the words that you would kind of say? So kind of make it a little bit, tweak it your own. But really, guys, that is what we do. We want to get into the inbox of people. We want to have a conversation. I think hearing Tracy, just knowing, do you think anybody on the Zoom right now, Tracy, could come in, decide today, and be a top enroller and have 40, 50, 60, 80 loyal customers and distributors? You believe that?
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, there's no reason why I should be successful at this. I mean, yeah. When you look at the average, VIP, I don't feel like the average VIP, but yeah. So anyone can do it. It's mindset. It's work, a sick work ethic, and just determined to do it.
I love what she just said. It's a sick work ethic. It really is, not just here and there. I got to post up today. Oh, I did something. This is making that committed decision to be consistent over and over and over. And we can't say that enough, guys. It's so much in our mind, what's in between our ears of making that decision, not looking left and right, but really going forward on it. I saw somebody say, could you have the script? Do you guys want Tracy's script for the distributor one? It went up too quick. Is that what you guys want? I don't know if she can put it in the chat.
And guys, just a general overall tip. If you hear something that you like, go back and listen to this and play it over and over again and write it down word for word. As I'm doing personal development every single day, it takes me a month to get through a book because I rewind, listen to it, write it down, and then I do it again and I do it again. So when you hear a script, the way that you get it to be a part of your vocabulary is by going back through and listening to it and writing it down. Because when you listen and you write at the same time, like all of you that are taking great notes, I know somebody's fingers have been on fire because they've been looking down, writing this entire time. But when you do that, it solidifies it in your mind. And then the next step is just learning how to say it. Because when Tracy says it, when Steph says it, it just rolls off of their tongue. It's not because they've said it once, it's because they probably said it a couple hundred times. And the more they say it, the better that they get at it. And the less it sounds like a script and the more it just sounds like them naturally talking. It's repetition, repetition, repetition.
Can you put that
and she's
in
trying
chat?
to, yeah.
I'm going to have Joel put this in the chat real quick. I don't know if you need to send it. I will share my script, you guys, and you can make it your own. But really, I am so basic kindergarten level that I like to keep my things really easy so that it's like, oh, well, that makes sense. And if somebody wants more information, they are going to ask you. And, you know, if it's a dead silent, I really don't mind. They might be busy, you know, or I say, hey, did you get all of that? So I am going to follow up with them. I'm not like, oh my gosh, they just don't want to do this. In my mind, I'm like, they're probably busy. They might have looked at it. Maybe they're at work, because I get a lot of people that are messaging me during work. But I know that I've got that follow up now. They are a follow up. If I'm talking to them about a distributor, they are flagged. They are in my tracker and, you know, letting them know maybe it's the 99. Now I can go back because it's $49, or, you know, if there's promos. And maybe it's something that I go back to if they're really not ready to offer the customer part. I really don't like to do that because I think everybody should be able to make money from home and get great results. But this is kind of the script that you guys can do. So I'll leave that up there and you guys can copy that. And if you have to, take a picture of it, and then you can go back and write it and rewrite it yourself. So instead of just sitting there and writing it, or copy it and go from there. But Tracy, any last minute tips that you're like, okay, this is really important to become an enroller?
Yeah, I did notice, I saw a couple of people ask, how much do I host to post a day?
Okay.
So here's my suggestion. If you're not getting the results that you want, then you need to do more of it. Mm-hmm. So I try to average at least 10 a day is bare minimum. But the other day,
10 up a day, right? Not just.
Yes, so I have 10 people putting up a post on their wall for me. But like the other day, I wanted to like 10x it. And so my goal was to get 50 up. And I ended up getting 40 up because I set a goal for 50. So, you know, you can get up as many as you want to, as long as you have the Facebook friends to do it. Now, if you have, you know, 300 Facebook friends, it's going to be really hard for you to get up, you know, 40 host posts a day. So, you know, so yeah, if you have the friends, you can get up as many host posts as you want. And if you're getting the host to post up and you're following up with them and you're, you know, you're actually working it, then there's no reason you can't be a mass enroller. No reason.
And when they become a customer, guys, don't forget to offer that to them, to be like, hey, would you mind throwing up this post for me? They're already probably like, sure, you know, they're going to order. So that's just another way to expand into the network. And maybe you do a giveaways on there. So remember to spread those out. If you don't have the friends list, we talked about that last week, really doing some more giveaways. So you're adding more friends to your network so that you can go, I want to get 40 hosts to post up this week. So, you know, that's something that we can do. But yes, we need more friends. So I think this was perfect. I think people know now anybody can do this. You know, I know that sometimes I make it look easier. Gosh, you know, she just gets lucky. No, I still have to work, but I didn't have a college degree. We didn't have this, you know, a network of people when we came in. It was a decision, like Tracy had said, that fire inside of you. When you decide, you will know when you decide, guys. It is not just putting the toe in the water to check it out if it's warm enough. You're jumping all the way in. And, you know, sometimes it's really cold when you jump in that water, but once you do it, you're like, oh, I did it. So that's the type of jump I want you guys to make tonight, is jump in. We have amazing promos, you guys. I have a feeling it's going to just keep getting better and better. Mark, I can see it. He wants huge for us. He wants to bless us. So the ones that are out there doing the work. So if you've got this host to post down, do more of that. If you want to get it down, start doing it. It'll just become easier and easier. But Tracy, I just appreciate you for coming on, sharing your story of, you know, just letting people know all around of, you know, what has gone on in your life, what a transformation, and how God has used you in huge, huge ways. And you guys, you have that story. God wants to use you. He wants to let you be that voice to just share and change so many lives. So, because I always think, God, I'm not some leader, crazy person. What did God see in me? And I'm just going to keep sharing because he saw something there, right? And so he sees something in you. So make sure that you guys do that. But we love you. Take some big notes, some dive in, guys. Get cold. I don't care what you do, but we're going to have an awesome week. And we will see you next week, next month. So I hope you guys loved it. Thank you again, Tracy, so much. But have a good week, guys.
See you guys.